the jungle. Hot ball ain't got no jumper. Rest in peace, my uncle. Never met, but I still love you. Remember that from way back, playing out there on the. That in the hood with it.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. So the Wizards 5 right now. Brogdon out there with Coulibaly. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then it's Sarr. And it's Champagnie in at the four-man position. So, Greg, it doesn't get much better than this, does it? Major playoff implications in this one tonight.
Both teams have a lot on the line in this contest. Seeding in the postseason can make or break a team's chances. Most of Sarr's best work is done at the rim. Look at him just throwing it down with ease.
Down low, stolen by Brogdon. Shoots from 12. And Tatum pulls it down. To the middle. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Now, here's Brogdon. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. And Sarr throws it down.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
And the Celtics with possession here, following the bucket by the Wizards. He no good. Brown against Middleton. Pass to Champagnie. Sarr with it. Brogdon with it. Just 3 to shoot. It's up a 3. Drills the three-pointer.
Understand this. If Malcolm Brogdon is on the three-point line, you better get a hand up and contest. Nicely done.
Here's P. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Brown against Middleton. Fires from 14. He no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And the way the Wizards like to play, Greg, you can expect them to get out and run.
Yeah, they're young and they can fly, right? They've got speed and athleticism to get up and down the floor. They'll push the tempo as much as you allow.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. Well, there's plenty of scorers on the Celtics, but Jason Tatum says, I'm going to get my shots. It's just about trusting the process. From experience, I understand that I'm good enough that I can relax and defer a little bit. Then in the fourth, I can score 20 in the quarter. Kevin, he sounds like he's figured it all out.
Thank you so much. You know, he can take over at any time, and it's fun to watch. DA, we thank you for that. So both teams making some changes here. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Jason Tatum. Boston leading by 3. So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. George is out there with Holmes. Then there's Smart, and it's Carrington in at the 2-guard.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against the Suns.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good in that one.
Well, give them some credit for taking advantage of a weak defense and capitalizing on every mistake.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
Bays checked in for Washington. And he nails begins the third.
And you know what I love is Marcus Smart just continues to improve. We know he's a powerful athletic guard, but he wants to keep building different aspects of his game.
Inside, P with the bucket. And that's now 6 points for P.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Pass to Bay. Wizards passing it around. Here's Carrington, guarded by Holiday. Here's George, on the mark with the 15-footer.
Listen, he hits that shot on a regular basis. Give credit to the offense for getting him a clean look.
Here's P. Really played well against Phoenix in his last outing. Pritchard passes to Hauser. Fires for three. The shot, no good.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Pass to Carrington. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Sars checked in for Washington. Chris Middleton comes in for Saddiq Bey, and he makes that one.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, P in the last game against the Suns was a driven man. He ended up with 26 points and capitalized from the perimeter, making a few threes. He performed really well. I could see his role expanding if he continues to make that kind of impact, Kevin.
Thanks, David. He took command, and Craig really led the fight for his team.
You like someone who's willing to take control, but then again, tonight could turn out to be a different story.
I think he's got to find the appropriate balance between not forcing it and not settling.
Outside Holiday. Boston again missing. And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for the Washington Wizards. They trail by 3. Smart kicks to Middleton. 3-pointer. Boston grabs the miss. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
You know what? That's a game where the coach might just want to burn the videos because there's no question they're a better team than what we saw, but they got crushed on that night.
They sleepwalked through that entire effort. Way too much talent on the roster for them to let that happen.
It's been a few years now, Doris, but it feels like point guard is the position in the NBA.
Well, Kevin, we certainly have our share of great point guards. Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they seem to be in the MVP conversation consistently.
So it's the Boston Celtics with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We come back right after this.
Who will get the edge in the second half, Shaq?
Whoever's more loose coming out the locker room, you have to be flexible in the second half. You got to make adjustments.
Yeah, that makes sense. Shaq, you're pretty loose yourself, you know. What's the difference today?
I've been meditating, staying mindful in the moment. Nothing bothers me now. Wait, where's my pen? Who had my pen, Ernie?
Clearly, it's a work in progress. Here, use mine. And turning our attention to the first half, a positive start for the Boston Celtics.
They've been choosy.
And that concludes halftime.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on them from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, he's in a great rhythm, looking comfortable and confident.
The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. The guards are Pritchard and White. And it's P in at the center filling out the middle. That's the Boston Five. It's safe to say Jason Tatum is a bona fide superstar.
He certainly is, Kevin, and really been a big-time star from the time he was 23 years old. Lots of pressure on this young player, but Jason's not only embraced it, he's thrived under it.
Tatum looking around to the inside, stolen by Brogdon. About 1 minute played here. In the second half. On the wing, Koulibaly. White covering. Just 5 to shoot. Middleton the pass to Champagnie. Misses the 3.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
What a terrific pass. Work the ball inside and create a good look for your teammate.
Wizards trail by 8. Pass to Sarr. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Lays it up and banks it in.
Letting the big man Sarr go to work inside. I like seeing him being aggressive down low.
Here's P. 12 points for him. The Celtics working the ball around now. And it's blocked.
Great timing on the rejection there. This young kid Sarr has major defensive potential.
Boston making a switch here. The Wizards have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Pass to Champagnie. Now Sarr. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
Here's Pritchard. Still scoreless.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. And the basket by Hauser.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Washington calls timeout.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes.
Substitution on the court.
1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Left side, Smart. And it's Carrington missing. Boston leading by 6. Taking a look at the Wizards. Richaun Holmes out there with George. Then it's Saddiq Bey. Then there's Smart. And it's Carrington in at the 2 spot. Now, here's Holmes. Not a lot of room. Smart on the wing. Pass to Carrington. Lock at 6. Holmes with a screen on White. Carrington. And he's good on the 3 ball.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
He with the bucket.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Pass to Bay. Outside, Smart. Bay passes to Holmes. Can't hit from in close.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
When you allow Jason Tatum to build momentum offensively, it can be a scary night.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. 9-point game. Timeout, Wizards. And Washington going with a whole new group here. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Washington's head coach said to the team. Now, Coach challenged him. He said, this goes beyond this game. Show me how much heart you have for the season. Fight until the final buzzer. Guys, back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated.
And when you ask the coaches about Sarr, they rave about his motive.
Here's Pritchard. Out to the right wing. Here's B. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Wizards trail by 7. 1:58 left in the game. For 3, Middleton. Rebounded by Tatum. Tatum's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pass to White. Here's B. The rebound by Middleton. For Washington, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Puts it up from 7. Another miss by Middleton.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Jacks up a 3. Another miss by Middleton.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
Some nice ball movement here by the Celtics. Pass to P. Misses from close range.
This has reached desperation time for him.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
And this kid has Sarr written all over him. Sarr putting the league on notice.
So they foul intentionally. Porzingis is checked in for Boston. We've got... And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one.
Way to bring the effort tonight.
NYC, baby. The stars are out. Say what's up to Spike for me. like this one.
Looking sharp, MP.
P, what's up, my man? You're hooping lately.
Man, that means a lot. You know I've been a fan of yours for a minute now.
Nah, you make me feel old, man.
Nah, that's just respect. Yo, you want to trade jerseys after the game?
I'm flattered, but I can't give them out that easy, man. You got to earn it.
All right, I'll do that.
All right, then. Let's see what you got.
Let's get it.
Hello out there, and get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Alongside Grant Hill and Brent Barry, I'm Brian Anderson. Also with us tonight, our reporter, Allie LaForce. And let's take a look at Boston's starting lineup. The core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court, Pritchard and White at the 1 and the 2, and it's P in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for New York, Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Precious Achiuwa. Then it's Josh Okogie. Then there's Jalen Brunson. And it's Bridges in at the shooting guard position. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That one on White. Brent, a significant game tonight with serious playoff implications on the line.
You could just feel it in the atmosphere, right, BA? Even us coming in, you saw a lot more fans outside of the building. They're here early. They're watching the warm-ups. The players seemed like they're locked in. Those coaches meetings we had even had some intensity to them. So I'm fired up to be sitting here with you to watch this one.
Well, Grant, one thing about this Knicks team, they have a clear identity.
Yeah, they have the mentality of their city, New York City, playing the game with passion and in-your-face attitude. And, of course, these Knicks leave it all out on the floor.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Tom Thibodeau gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. The main topic of conversation, how they plan to guard Jason Tatum. We want to try to make Jason a jump shooter. Avoid fouling, don't let him go downhill, but JT will get his, so let's hope we limit him. Well, that's never easy to do, guys.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
I just love the strong finish there inside.
Man, he's got that dunker's mindset, doesn't he? Always ready to pounce. Bridges outside. Inside, here's Towns. The layup off target. Here's Tatum. Second chance effort, and that's 2 points on the layup.
And sometimes you forget how long Tatum is, and he's terrific at using this to his advantage inside.
Pass to Okogie. Back to Brunson. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
I mean, what do you expect when you give him the clear look? That's just too easy.
Well, he's automatic from the mid-range, and the defense knows that it's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
Here's P. 14 points his last outing. The kick out to White, and that's out of bounds. Last touch by White. And a huge Knicks fan, Chris Brickley, has to be happy with what he's seeing.
Yeah, one of the more notable trainers in all of sports. Brickley will develop your skills and your style. He leaves no stone unturned.
Bridges finds Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
Yes, strong flush from Towns. I like whenever he plays with an edge inside.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. McBride, he's checked in for New York. And with a moment here, let's see the league's top scorers. Fifth is Jalen Brunson.
He's proven to be an essential part of their offensive efforts, always playing hard on that end and ensuring they come up with points.
Outside White, to the inside. Here's P, and it's New York with a rebound. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Phoenix.
They kept the game close, but made a lot of mistakes, and we heard about it from the coaching staff afterward.
And they made some comments themselves that some of the fault might have lied with them because they didn't go in with the best of game plans, and they didn't make the right adjustments. So we'll see tonight if they do.
Achua with some nice D. Knicks leading by 4. Here's Brunson, bearing his second of 3 attempts.
The handles lost the defender, and the rest was all Jalen.
The Celtics have gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. Well, I don't think anyone predicted that Jalen Brunson would become the player he is today, Grant.
Yeah, that's for sure, B.A. Or he definitely wouldn't have been a second-round pick. He's a hard worker, a competitor, and an elite offensive player.
Now here's Bridges. His offense has been fantastic, averaging just over 17 a game. And Brunson gets it to go.
I just love the ball movement.
Celtics trail by 8. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
P passes to Brown. Can they get it? And the layup is good.
And I like putting Brown into that two-man action.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. Their last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity. Level of their opponent.
Well, let's hope there isn't any carryover from that letdown in this one.
And Boston has possession after the basket by New York. Pass to Brown. Left side White. Tatum from long range. The Knicks pull it in. Outside McBride. Here's Bridges. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Celtics trail by 8. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Here's P. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
He's really become a better all-around player. Brown's passing continues to evolve. Nice find.
First personal foul, second team foul. Substitution on the court.
15 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Wilson. Outside McBride. Let's go with a three. Doesn't go for him. And so it's New York with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. They've done well to disrupt the opposition. Karl-Anthony Towns has checked in for Tucker. Okogie comes in for Mikal Bridges. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Payne. They've got Karl-Anthony Towns. Miles McBride is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then it's Josh Okogie. And it's Wilson in at power forward. That's the 5 for New York right now.
And don't forget about Drew Holiday. He's got some ups, more than capable of getting up there to the rim.
1:46 left to play in the second quarter. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, P in their last time out against the Wizards was outstanding. He had 14 points, and if you want to know how aggressive he was, check out how many times he got to the free throw line. A surprise effort from a guy who typically plays a smaller role. We'll see if he can keep building the momentum.
Yeah, spot on, Allie. He was aggressive in that game. Really took initiative.
He really made an impact. And he'll be looking to repeat that kind of performance again tonight.
Every teammate in talking with them before the game says how much faith they have in him. They'll keep getting it to him.
Pass to P. Here he goes. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Oh, how about the pass here from Tatum? Great at involving his teammates.
Here's Okogie. 50 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Brunson. It's Brunson working inside.
And aren't we here with Brunson? This is what we expect from him, crafty and efficient.
Pass to Pritchard. Right side, Holiday. 2 points. That one goes. Holiday's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And you know, in this quarter, they've really brought up their shooting percentage.
Here's Brunson. And Pritchard pulls it down. Celtics lead by 6. Shot clock and game clock, 1 second differential.
And it was a great chance to finish on the break, and he flubs it.
Completely lost focus. You can't get 2 steps ahead.
The offensive rebound. Here's Wilson. Off target from outside. Here's P. And he hammers it home to polish off the break.
And that was just moving the ball quickly. And he's rewarded at the end with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down. But when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Boston out in front, leading by 8. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Hello, everybody.
Well, checking out the Celtics. Last week of the season, they want the playoffs to start, but they still got to take care of business.
And now, time to talk about this game. What a solid start for the Boston Celtics.
They're passing on.
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. You look at Jalen Brunson in this game. He's been everywhere.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
They're just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Well, Grant, with all the parity and competition in the league today, there's still those teams piling up losses.
Yeah, B.A., and with teams like the Thunder excelling, it's almost like youth is no longer an excuse, but some rebounds. take longer than others.
Kicking off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. The perimeter pairing is White and Brown. Then there's Peyton Pritchard. Then there's Jason Tatum. And it's P in at the 5. It's Bridges on the wing. He's guarded by White. And Mikal Bridges hits from deep. Bridges has got 5 now.
Bridges has a lot of jobs for his team. But if he consistently knocks down 3, you can add it to the list.
To the wing, right side. Here's P. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. He's got 14.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Achua inside. By Tatum. Achua can't hit.
Got the ball where he wanted it, but then got swarmed.
Here's Brown. Wow, gutsy finish inside by Brown.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Here's Bridges. Boston pulls it in.
Well, the D's so tight on him, it makes him alter his shot. And an easy chance turns into a tough one because the defense is swarming.
Here's P. Goes back up. And he lays it in. P's got 5 points in the quarter.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Knicks trail by 12. And you look at... Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Jalen Brunson's craft sets him apart. He said, quote, "I've always played with my instincts and tried to see the game a couple plays ahead. As I've gotten older, that part of my game has gotten wiser and better, but I'm still learning." Brian, that's a scary thought for the rest of the league.
He's already plenty dangerous, Allie. Outside Achua. Back to Bridges. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And he shows the focus there. Nails the tee.
And no matter what the...
And Tatum's got the ball here for the Celtics. Cameron Payne out there with Miles McBride. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Josh Okogie. And it's Wilson in at the 4. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Payne, the pass to McBride. Here's Wilson. Gets the 14-footer to fall.
Clearly defensive miscue there. If there's not a body on him that's sitting at the mid-range, that's a defensive mistake.
Here's Pritchard. White, the pass to Queta. Here's P. Shot clock at 6. Cash. He's 9 for 14 in the game.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
Outside Payne to the paint. Here's Wilson. Goes up with it again. And it's good on the lay-in. Wilson's got 4 points this quarter.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
Knicks trail by 13. Outside Payne. Down low. Here's Towns. It's hauled in by P. For Boston, they've gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Pass to Tatum. Here's P. Late clock, the Celtics got to hurry here. It's Tatum, working inside.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Boston making a switch here. Brown's checked in. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, over the last break, I listened to Tom Thibodeau address the team. He told his guys to, quote, turn it up, going on to say, only way we get out of this hole is with effort, incredible effort. So show me what you can do out there. It's a big ask, but we'll see what happens. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Allie. Boston leading by 13. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Out of bounds, it'll be New York's ball. The Knicks have got 3 of 6 shots to go in this fourth quarter. The 15-footer. Another one falls for New York.
That's a tough distance to master, but Brunson making that mid-ranger look good.
65. Brown inside. And it's New York with a rebound. Towns has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
To the middle. And it's Towns with the power finish.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Pass to Pritchard. To the paint. Here's P. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Celtics.
They feel like they have an advantage inside, and so far they have done an excellent job exploiting it.
Well, the three-point shot has been absolutely huge for them this entire game. And let's be honest, you have to knock down threes to win games these days.
He's off on the free throw. Unable. To get the second one to drop. Here's Okogie. No good with the triple. Boston leading by 10. Pritchard, the pass to P. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. The 15-footer. That one off the back iron and out.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Here's Brunson outside. Boston with a rebound. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
Well, now it's just a matter of watching the sand fall through the hourglass. This game is wrapped up and a strong showing for the Celtics.
They looked to run any time they could.
They set the tone with their pace. Their transition game was excellent.
And tonight's win will give them an even 40 on the year.
And for the year, this will be the third win in 4 games against this team. They really brought it tonight.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for P.
This was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
And there's Towns on the assist by Brunson.
Excellent court vision from Brunson as he's able to find the open man.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. To the inside, here's P. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. No good on that
one. Number 44 at the line.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. And this one feels just about over.
Yeah, they'll play it out, but I think it just wasn't meant to be tonight.
And it's out of bounds to the Knicks. New York will retain possession.
Checking in for the Celtics, number 9, Derek White.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. They have to feel good about this performance.
Not as easy as it looks under the lights, is it?
Nah, you were right. Those lights are a little bit brighter than what I thought. But you know I'm going to come correct next time, though.
We'll see.
All right.
Way to bring the effort tonight. Drink plenty of fluid. Win the swamp tonight. Let's keep this winning streak going.
And the players going through their game preparation, making sure they're fully warmed up for the and you've got it on 2K.